Alright, before I get to this, I just want to do a brief explanation of this format change. There's basically three different things that have changed, as you might see. I have a top time view. This is simply the easiest for me to set up without redecorating my whole bike room. The second thing is what you hear is my goddamn voice coming here to annoy you. That can't be helped. It started getting too complicated. I wanted to add a bit of context to some of the parts or some of the weight or whatever. And doing that in text, it's just got more and more time consuming. And I really want to keep this channel really like lightweight and not too complicated to make. So using my voice will give me a bit more freedom and I don't have to worry about adding any graphics or text or anything. I will still try to keep these videos short and concise and not waste too much of your time. So I hope you are okay with that. The last change will be the scale, because I need to go back to my little tiny cute scale here. The big one I have, the big fancy one, I actually can't use the overhead shot with the camera because that display won't show up when you film it from above. But I have cross-checked both scales and they are within 0.2 grams of each other, so I think this will work as well. Okay, with that out of the way, check this out. The new Aurum integrated handlebar that will convert that semi-integrated system on the Aurum Magma and the Aurum Essentia or something like that. They released this bar and this pretty much only made for those two models, so might be a very niche video, but of course they didn't specify the weights, so I think it's just simply my duty to bring that to you. So what you get is of course the bar, and they have this clamp wedge style system, so that needs to be included in the weight. You also get this top cap with a screw bolt. Very nice, very flush, very streamlined. You get the headset bearing top cap, a bunch of spacers up to 30 millimeters in, what is this? 10 millimeters and 5 millimeters, two of each. And you get the last little, what do you call this then? The cable cover. On the original one, there's a opening here for the cables to come out. Here it will sit underneath that headset cover like so, and we'll hide the cables very neatly, and the cables will still enter underneath the upper headset bearing, so that's always a good thing if you want to change that bearing without cutting any lines. Okay, let's get into the weight. Oh, I forgot to mention, you also get a Garmin mount or a computer mount, which we'll take a look at as well. So let's get into this quickly. We'll still try to keep these videos short, but as soon as I start to babble, time just flies. Sorry about that. So here we see 321.6, and with the wedge on 334.5. If we want to add the bolt and the top cap, 341.9. We should add this as well if we want to get the whole system. So we have the top cover, or the headset top cover, and that little spacer. Of course you will remove the other one, so there you go. Well, 354.8 for that. If you want to add some spacers, the 10 millimeter one is 8.1, and the 5 millimeter one is 4.1. All right, that makes sense. So if you want to add up to 30 millimeters of spacers, then you have that much. Last but not least, check the computer mounts. See, it's angled, which is a good thing. So this will sit flush in line with the whole bar, which is nice. Anyway, so that Garmin mount's 23, but that's without the puck. So you get both the Garmin and the Wahoo puck there if you want to. 27.3 with the puck, and some screws with that as well. So add 2 mounting screws. Actual mounting screws for the bar itself is really light. I think these are aluminum screws, so I think they're like 2 grams or 1 gram each. And you also get a GoPro or a light mount that we'll need to add 2 screws as well. So that's a full system for 40 grams dead on. Kind of curious about these 2 bolts. Yeah, 2 grams, so these are light at least, that's good. Otherwise, it's pretty average. So if I were to give this a weight score, I will probably give it like a 2-star maybe. For a 3-star, I really want to integrate a bar like this to be around the 300 gram mark. Obviously we didn't get to that, and with the price in mind, which is, I think it's almost 800 euros now. If you got this when they introduced it, they had like an introductory discount for like 25%. So in that case, that would be a pretty decent value, but value for weight now is definitely not up there with the best of them. So that's probably just a 1-star. Still, it's, if you don't care about weight like my mate who will have this doesn't do, it would be a pretty sweet looking bar, I think. You could definitely go full wrap if you want to, or just keep it like arrow, whatever, if you're into that weird stuff. All right, damn it. I think it's a bit longer than I expected. It's just a work in progress. I will still strive to keep it short and concise. See how that goes. Anyway, catch you in the next one. Peace.